if you don't change your life will change you. If you don't change your life will change you. Would you look at the person who you're seated beside this morning, look them squarely in the eye, and say, God has a message for you. Look them in the eye, tell them, God has a message just for you. If you don't change your life will change you. Amen. There's a quote that I want you to write down and to get in your spirit really as a governing path for the remainder of this Lenten season. And the quote says this: opportunities of a lifetime must be seized during the lifetime of the opportunity. Opportunities of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. God, ladies and gentlemen, gives every believer an opportunity to do something with their life. But the opportunity is limited to a certain time. And I came to tell somebody under the sound of my voice, the door and the window of opportunity is about to close. And if you don't do something dramatic and drastic with your life, you're going to live a life of regret. There's somebody here under the sound of my voice who's going through a life-changing moment, a life-changing season, and you don't even realize that you're surrounded by death. And the decisions that you are making on a daily basis are, in fact, a life and destiny decision. I want to take just a few moments and just unpack for your hearing John chapter 5, if you'll keep your Bibles ajar. I want to show you just a couple of principles about what God is looking and requiring of all of us to do in order to change our lives. He's teaching us, ladies and gentlemen, that we have to get past public problems. You have to get past your public problems. And your public problems are in three different areas. Your public problems are in places. Your public problems are with people. And your public problems are in presumptions. Everybody has three public problems: places, people, and presumptions. If you expect to change your life, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing you're going to have to do is change the places you go to. When you look at John chapter 5, you'll notice something absolutely incredible. In John chapter 5, it shows us something that I need to show you. It says that Jesus, at the time of the festival, goes to the sheep gate in the Aramaic that is known as Bethesda. But what is important about that? What is important about it is that the pool attracted sick people. Because at the pool was the lame, was the crippled, was the blind, and the withered. You got to ask yourself, where do you go that attracts people that are as weak as you?
It is impossible to negotiate with the terrorists because the purpose of the terrorist is not who he kills. It's who he left terrorized because of who he killed. When a terrorist strikes, his job is not just to kill who he killed. He is using who he killed to terrify who he didn't. And the more visible it is, the more effective it becomes. So you don't see terrorists striking private places. They want to do it in public so that there's always a spectator. As horrible as the violence is against the victim, the real violence is not against the victim alone. The real violence is against the survivor because it leaves an atmosphere that suggests, you could be next. So that you can't enjoy your dinner or eat your lunch, or so that you get up extra during the night or keep checking your alarm system, or so that you decide, I'm not going to a theater, or I'm not going to church, or I'm not going because the terrorist wants to back you up into a prison that your imagination has created. The terrorist specializes in anxiety.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you are getting ready to be delivered from the one person who had a stronghold on your emotions. God says, I need to free you from them because they are interfering with me. And I am a jealous God, and there shall be no other gods before me. Depression is a strange thing, ladies and gentlemen. It is the next step after sadness. Sadness is a natural feeling. Depression is disorder. The Bible says in Psalm number 5, here it is, be angry but sin not. God gives you permission to flow in your emotions. He just does not give you validation to let your emotions overwhelm you. So you have the right to be upset. You don't have the right to stay angry. Because the joy of the Lord is my strength, and the strength of the Lord is my joy. How, Pastor, do I shake off depression? I shake off depression by remembering previous victories. If I have to question who God is to me, all I got to do is remember what he's done for me in the days before and say, God, if you did that for me in October, I know you're going to stand up for me in May. My memory is still intact.